back to the man for $1 and go with it.
Do you have any idea whether that's made the front needed for a switch system on our system?
That's what I just presented.
That's what that is?
Have estimated response for the water system there?
No, he said that's what he just did.
That's
How much money for it?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I think the first one just to report on the status.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
All right.
And the water fluorination project, Charlie is still working on the, what we're gonna have to have in grant money if we can do it without raising the rate. And he's almost got it ready. It's in a package and it's getting ready, but it will be ready in the very near future.
I'll have it to you the first part of next week, get it to you and review it and go through it. Sheriff, council, and everything has to be done.
If we get the money.
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
did we then get the extension from DNR on the coordination project?
We got anything going again?
Okay. That was, would you like to talk second?
That was the case, we've got 2 years for completion, we started on it, we're working on it. We got 2 years for completion, so we're not, well,
That when I talked to him, he said we get filed for an extension.
who's off the hook?
When I talked to, Matt, with DNR, she said that there was this, but I think it was
I know, I've never talked to the man, I've never spoken to him.
well, the other.
And I'm over the water and sewer, I've never even spoken to him. I did have one meeting one time, but I was there. I don't have no reason to talk to him, I don't know why anybody's not over the sewer department, the water department would.
Well, and I'm thinking too, that information should be made available to the board.
Well, you know, I got information, we will, you got a copy of that letter, you should have. That said, that's the one that you just quoted, that you lined up, 11th or 7th or
I
whatever.
don't have it because I was trying to get that one and, the one that Mr. Ray referred to, and no one will get it to me here. I have permission from DNR to get it, so they're confused why I should have to pay for
Yeah,
it.
I can do it. Somebody read it, I see it.
Well, I don't know what went on here, except their pay, or when you request. Oh, a couple times, but then she said yesterday she would check on it. She wasn't sure, so I'm not.
I seen it there all the time, it's there, it's available.
Okay, well,
But
the board really should have that information.
Oh, the board knows about July, whatever the date was. Yeah. But they also, they know at the bottom of that, it says we got 2 years for completion.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Yes, but we want to pay one.
Compliance schedule was issued, when we had done, that plans on the all approved by, it was financial status problem now. And we reported that back to DNR and asked them to reconsider that and give us an extension what we need. The verbal part, the written part has been done. They haven't responded back to my office.
That's what we're waiting on them to respond.
You know me, I'm at Rob.
That's straight here. You need to move closer. No.
I can drive.
You got to see it, see it.
Okay.
A bid for the city vehicles. We already got the list on the page, so I know my sitting there and on the page. Well, that's what I was told. It says for police, I think. It says for police.
Oh, yeah. There's something out here. So, you know, I off on, it's $759.95 round trip.
Well, which one is higher?
There's a bid with a round trip, $238.
I don't think it goes without saying the board has to reject them and accept them. I don't think they're going to accept anything out of this. So, I need a motion that we reject both bids.
Reject both bids.
Motion made, second on the table. Opposed? if we do what the board agreed on, if we have to work on my license, try to recoup our $3,000, and we pay the chamber about $10 million. And that's what we agreed on earlier, at earlier date. So, if I don't get it done next week, I'll try to have it online for numbers. And if anybody knows how to operate it good, I don't care, you put it on credit. It can be put on credit if somebody knows how to do it. I don't do it for you. Can you do it? The only that you can do it. Maybe we'll put it on the credit for a few days and see what happens there. Because that's what gets it there. I ain't got my book with me, but I know it's right around $3,000. Actually, I think the car in the book is, $4,000 something.
Mr. Mayor, may I? Thank you. On the police call, I have a question. Now, I will grant, I didn't understand it, because you know much more than I do about it, but it was reported by me, and I also had heard it when I was talking to Ms. Beckett at one time, that there's a loud, kind of a whirring sound coming out of that. And someone said, well, that sounds like it's a transmission or a axle.
It's not wrong transmission, it's not the old police car, that was the new police car.
The new police car.
And it was an idler van, it's been fixed, I
Oh,
fixed it. There's
great.
no car to fix, except they bought an idler van.
Okay, well, that's good.
So I'm understanding it.
Something goes out with that, and then we don't have a car.
We take care of the car, I mean, it was an idler van, fine. Nobody bid on the van stage two. I was gonna put in a bid on myself, but I didn't get around to it. I had too much going on last week. So I don't know what we're gonna do about it. I mean, we can scrap them. Somebody come to me 6 months ago and said if we get ready to put them up for bid, they want to know about the hammers, what the service truck hammers, what you want to call it. And from a lot of me, I can't remember who it was. It was in the paper, I mean, but I thought it was Brewster, Larnsley, he said it was him, I don't know. So maybe the word get around, somebody come by and make us an offer, I can run through the board or something. If it's more than scrap price. If it's just going to be scrap price, it's well scrap, you don't have to worry about anybody else crying about what's going on. No. Okay. Performance by the mayor. Last month I made the performance, and they wasn't voted on. So they're not written. Yeah, all performance had to be approved by the board. And we didn't, if you mind neglect, we didn't vote on it. And in the meantime, and I felt surprised about this today, it's borderline on nepotism with him being over his son-in-law. And there's a lot of supervision goes on in that. I mean, overtime and stuff, that has to be okay. So, a lot of these, let's see, you got the street, right? So, these things, they go back to keep the street. I will go back to the water and sewer like I was. And then you got the, what is that? Police and fire. And I know she don't want it, but she got the animal control down. So I need a motion to accept these.
I'll make a motion to accept these forms.
Yes, sir.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
So that's the way they'll be. I'm glad we forgot to vote last month, because it was the wrong end. We talked about this a year or two ago, we were talking about doing that, and we think for you, could be a problem. Reimbursement for deer camera to Frankie. How many years know about this? I think
Well, I didn't know about it, Mr. Mayor. And it
I'll let
wasn't
you
on,
explain.
well, it wasn't on the agenda, it was posted on sometimes, which was posted today. I know it shows on here, but it's not on the one that was.
I don't care what's on here. I know it's on here and it's legally on here. That's all I know. And read it sometimes, but I do read this. And
Well, we weren't given this until tonight, so I can't prove that it was on there other than, well, I posted on it sometimes.
I can prove it was. You can put it on there yesterday. Then I'm going to explain to you back, and I know when they one had called me, they know exactly what I'm talking about. There was we was having a problem with a certain gentleman up there. We was in court trying to get an easement to a road, and lots kept getting cut, and the city kept getting blamed for it. So we set up a camera to see who was doing it. Frankie said he knew where he'd get one, he got one, and I went and bought one. And we put a camera up, and he would find a tree and put my camera on that camera, so we figured if they seen it, they might try to steal it, but they wouldn't know there was two there, but they didn't know it was two hours after they put up, they were stolen. Now, I hate my camera, I don't care, I thought I'd bring you this for that, but I pay for it. I can afford it, but Frankie can't. He got to pay the guy for the camera. And we were trying to do a service for the city, and I think we should reimburse him for it. But I don't want reimbursement for mine, I hate mine. The only one that got a picture on mine, they got the camera too, because that's the first picture they ever took. It was brand new. First one was in good shape too. I don't know, here's the bill.
That's what you got to pull on, same kind of camera.
Everything total $178.14. Do I have a motion to reimburse Frankie for the camera?
Make a motion that we reimburse for the camera.
I second it.
Motion made, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
You want to vote up or down?
Huh?
You don't want to vote up or down?
I want to go either way.
That's the easy way out, I guess. Okay, hard vote. And Amanda Knight.
I have nothing to comment.
Oh, yeah, a couple things. Well, we had one call for it, tomorrow, my Janice is doing the hydrant flushing. We're gonna go ahead and test the hydrant for the fire department for IX over in,
Where's the one phone?
that's all I got.
Okay, that'll save us some money. But now I can do it 2 days time. Police department. And maybe.
I want to advise the board that the matter pertaining to Rose and Tony Marcellette has been resolved, and as of July 4th, the bus has been moved from their property. I also want to say on behalf of the board, congratulations to Officer Mark Beckett for achieving an outstanding rating of 100% through a recent audit which was conducted with his department. This rating reflects the commitment and dedication to the residents in the city of St. Mary. So thank you again for a job well done.
You got anything to report?
No, sir.
You don't have to turn red. Appreciate it.
Mr. Mayor, can I ask a question?
Yes.
If, I don't have to do it right now, but if I could ask, mention a couple things to Officer Beckett about, some tall weeds and things that I hadn't think about.
Well, I just assumed you get with him one-on-one, and
Pardon?
I would just assume after the meeting, you get with him one-on-one, and then if you don't get satisfaction, then you report
Okay,
back.
I would like to do that, if that's all right.
That would save a lot of time, and they get the same thing done.
Okay.
If you don't have a problem with that.
No, I think that he'll take care of it.
Park and cemetery,
I have nothing to report.
streets. Thank you, Clyde, now.
Okay, I have nothing to report.
I don't know if anything's going on. I don't know where we at, because we started by getting some asphalt, and then we had the floods, and we've had everything. We gotta get caught back up on mowing and everything. I know we're running behind with all this rain, but maybe in the next week or two, we can look at getting this asphalt and getting these streets back, the ones that they hold. So, but with the water coming up and everything, we're behind on everything, especially the mowing. And the mower broke down. Is it going now?
The mower's going now. I've had it in place 2 years now.
but we should start seeing all the trimming and the mowing done. We only got one rod mower that goes out, and when it's been raining 3 days down, and you're behind. It is being fulfilled, but that's not easy. Now, you get water and sewer too, Clyde. I don't know whether that's done yet. Go ahead.
I was wondering, I noticed that there was some digging that had been done and some water over the road. I know you got some kind of spring down there. Is that involved with the street?
We're trying to, it comes to a street department, trying to divert the water that's going across the street into the ditch.
Oh, okay.
And the first time they went the wrong way, and they redone it again. I still see some going the other way, but I look at some more of it. When the work is into the ditch, where it's supposed to be going.
So it's just regular?
That ditch used to go all the way up through there.
Okay, so it's just regular underground water, normal?
Well, I don't know about other people, but when I wash my car, I hate to go through water running across the road, back up on and mess it up when you're trying to get it go the right direction. It should go in the ditch. It's coming out within 20 feet of the ditch, running down 40 feet the other way and coming out. It's supposed to be took care of. The house is empty right now. It's in process.
Did the city purchase the rock that was put in there? No, okay.
Well, I mean, the ditch we did, but there was no rock put in there. All we did dug a ditch with a backhoe. We ain't put no rock nowhere. In that particular drain that you're talking about, we just dug a hole with the ditch going towards the main ditch. That's all we done. We didn't buy nothing to do nothing to spend nothing. Well, it would have been legal, but it's on the right of way there.
Oh,
But we didn't do it for spending any money, just labor and dig the ditch. Water, sewer, well, you got around. You got on the water and sewer.
I have nothing to report, it's all very important.
Dennis, do you have a report?
Yes, I do.
Okay, real quick.
June 12th, we had an inspection from DNR on our distribution system, and basically they found no deficiencies. They did make a few recommendations. Okay, there's no distribution deficiencies found, but the mandated bilateral agreement, we've already discussed that. July 6th was when the deadline was, but we've got letter in for an extension. Okay. They think that we have too much storage for the amount of water that we use every day. They wanted to know if we could do away with the standpipe out there on 61. Well, we've done a study on that, and there's no way we can do without that because we would lose fire flow. So we have to keep that in operation. Now that's due for an inspection this year. Okay, every 5 years they have to be inspected. So I made arrangements to have with Missouri Engineering that when they do the sewer inspection, they'll include the 2 standpipes, both of them, so that the city won't have to put out any extra money for the inspection. The federal government will pay for having them inspected. So that's the arrangements that I've made now. It may change between now and then, I don't know, but that's what we did. Okay, and basically that was about it. They did say that we might have a problem with keeping a constant residual in the system because we have so much storage, but we've always had that anyway, so we can make that work. All right. The generator, the transfer switch is here, but installation is not complete. The transfer switch is on the wall, but they haven't wired anything up yet. Okay. We've got the number 1 rotor, brand new, running. We're going to keep it running for a little while, see how it works. Empty out the oil and check it for shavings, metal shavings, or anything, see if anything's wrong with it. But right now it's real quiet, it runs real good. Monday, they intend to start working on number 2. There's the other rotor on the other side. And that'll all be brand new. Okay? Tomorrow, they're supposed to come and run the conduit from the outside of the building to the generator to the distribution box inside. Okay? But they have been at a very good average as far as electricians are concerned. They've always got service calls and stuff like that. They come down there and start our project, next thing you know, they're being called out and go somewhere else. Okay, but everything, like Charlie said, everything should be done by August 1st. That's the plan date. It doesn't mean that's set in stone. Okay, we plan to try to have everything done by August 1st. Okay. We did a few service calls. Joe already told you about the flushing tomorrow. We thought we might have to rotor out the piping going back to the new sludge bin, but Carl was down there tonight with Charlie Ray, and I got to give him credit. He got that valve opened between the old digester and the piping that goes to the back, and it flows just fine. So it works real good. Now, it ain't the guys' fault because we thought it might be a butterfly valve, because it's a sewer valve. And usually sewer valves are butterfly valves. It's only have to be opened a quarter away. Okay, but it happens to be a 6-inch gate valve. So Carl got it to go and open up all the way, and now it's emptying out like it should with the telescoping valve. So we won't have to replace those valves in the back, and then we don't have to rotor out the pipe. So it's not plugged up. So that's a big headache off of my shoulders. As you know, Charlie Ray from the mayor sent a letter to DNR on how we have had good samples for 9 months and no bad ones. Okay. Well, DNR came down yesterday. Okay, and took 7 samples, okay? And we took 4 before they did, okay? Our 4 samples come back good, but 5 of their routine samples came back bad. So they'll be back on Monday, and we got to take 13 samples, 3 samples for every bad one. So it'll be 13, 14 samples that we have to take to retest, okay? Now, it was raining. Taking samples in the rain is a very bad idea, and it could be a possibility that it's a fluke with the rain, and then again, there could be something, I can't honestly tell you one way or another. All I know is that 4 hours after we took our samples, they took theirs. Ours was good and theirs was bad. So, I don't know what that indicates or anything. I can't see being contaminated in pipes in 4 hours, the whole system, okay? I can't see that, but who knows? And that's it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Very well done. You got a feeling when you make DNR mad, they show you how they can get in with you.
Well, yes.
That's my opinion.
That's right.
I gave it as my opinion.
Okay. I have a couple things if I could ask them about them.
I don't know, they asked me, and I'll come over,
Okay.
and I'll see if Dennis wants to answer it, or it should be answered.
Okay. Well, it should be. But anyway, last month I asked about special samples because I was trying to understand what a special sample was. When I went on the DNR website, we have, in 2 years, we had 92 special samples. They don't have, but he says, he told me last month that he has all this listed somewhere. But there was they sent me, without my asking, because I didn't know it was they sent me documentation of the regulations governing these samples. And I'm sure Dennis knows the reason they're supposed to be taken. But I'm questioning whether we actually qualify to have special samples taken because of that. So.
You want to answer that? You can't answer.
I can answer it for it. Special samples are taken when we do work on the line, and before we put that line back in service, special samples have to be taken and they have to pass before we put that line back in service. The other reason for a special sample is if an operator on his own commons feels that there might be a problem somewhere, okay? and he's investigating it, okay, he will take a special sample. And if that comes back good, okay. If it doesn't, then it takes more, okay? Routine samples are taken twice a month according to our compliance, okay? Anything else that we take is on us because we want to see if there is a problem. If we figure there might be a problem, we're going to take a special sample, and that's legal.
About the regulations that I got.
It is perfectly legal.
It's on oil order, if you have oil order, or if you're putting in new lines, you've never had the water running through them.
I take a special every week just because the mayor wants it up there at the interconnection, okay? If the mayor orders it, it gets done, okay?
And we're gonna continue taking.
Because we want to check and see if there's going to be a problem before there is a problem.
Well, you had mentioned to me that you were worried about floodwater getting into seeping into the.
Down there on Wood Street, yes, that's why we took a special sample down there.
But isn't ours a sealed system
Yes, it is.
under high pressure?
Yes, it is, and it should not have happened, okay? And it didn't. They were good.
Hold on a second.
But I took a special sample to find out.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna ask you a question. What is your problem with special? What are they hurting? We're trying to find out if we got contamination. That's what we're all about. You argued one way about contamination, now you argue because we run a special now and then to find out to make sure our system's safe. We're trying to get out of fluorinating. We run samples everywhere. We're trying to get out of fluorinating because we got good samples. What is your problem with special samples?
But the samples, they're not that many samples being taken. They're being taken, I looked them up, there were two taken, they're taken as a value fit, they're taken from one or two places in town. It's not a variety of.
It's a random call. It's a random call.
Just.
He can do it anywhere he wants to. When we're running a random test, it makes no difference if we're just trying to keep a step ahead of contamination. Because when we get contaminated, we're hurting because we got $1,000 of water to be contaminated. We need to heads up on it.
Well, I feel like I'm not getting straight answers.
I know what things you want. We can run specials next week. 10 different places if we feel that we got the need to. Why would you have a problem with that what do you think we would be hiding by running a special? Why is there a problem with running a special? Why have you been on water, Harvey? You tell me, did you ever run specials?
Yes, I have.
And the specials are, you're doing that so that it doesn't go against compliance.
If we got a bad one back, then we would run one for compliance. We would run a regular incentive. If we're special come back bad, we would react with it, right? You can, then we leave the incentive.
All I can, the way I did it, if I worked online somewhere, no matter how small, I would run a sample at that location, just to make sure that no contaminants got in there. And that's all it was. I didn't have to do it. And there's certain things, times you don't have to take that sample, but I always did. Protect the citizens. And that's what these specials are. They're just, if you think you got a problem, go ahead and take some. It's better to take that sample and find out now than to wait. It's 2 weeks down the road and you got a problem all over your system. But you know, there's nothing really wrong with what he's doing. In fact, it's a good thing.
I was just saying, I keep hearing all the time, well, the rules. I hear from the mayor constantly, we have to follow the rules, but you're not following the rules, the DNR rules. In fact, when I talked to that lady, she couldn't believe how many special samples, why are they not just taking it to avoid being out of compliance, what it looks like.
The ones he's supposed to take, he takes regularly, monthly. Okay, that we have to do to stay in compliance. These other ones have nothing to do with compliance. It's just checking the system.
So that's what the specials are for.
Yeah.
They're just
In other words,
having issues with compliance.
Right.
So it looks like, what it looks like is that we're taking all these specials so that, just in case there's something